Mm. Oh, I cannot hear you.
Uh, um, sorry, I have to answer, Kyong. I'm sorry, I have to answer. I wanted to tell you that this is a funny story because I went in this cloister and I went there several times. And one time, uh, uh, a sculpture which is attached, used to be attached to this well, wasn't in its place anymore.
Mhm.
And you see in this picture, there there is nothing, no? And let me see if I manage. You see, this is and this is the well with the sculpture. It is attached here on the side, and let's say the figure is not really readable anymore. It is made of the same stone, but the figure in the picture, you don't recognize it at all. No, you cannot understand what it is. But in fact, it is like a vest. It is a piece of a vest,
Piece of what?
like a figure of a woman, I imagine, and the vest of the woman. It is very
I don't know
difficult to.
what a vest is.
A vest, it's like un vestito, like fabric,
Okay.
like a
You mean
cloth.
something you
A
wear?
cloth. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's a cloth, and they were taking it off for some reason. They told me that the reason was because of a big demonstration that was happening in the next weeks, and they were afraid the demonstrator would have destroyed the sculpture. But in fact, during some work in the building, they were just taking it off and stealing it. It is true that maybe it is not easy to understand what it is. It is part of a sculpture, and if you walk around, you understand that. But taken, I mean, in the picture like this, it doesn't say anything. And I was also telling you that this is an interesting part of the city, which is very rich of water. I will go through the map with you as well to show you where it is. Let me put the note in the right place. We start from the Lanificio here. We go through the historical center. We pass from Santa Chiara, and this is the area. This is Santa Maria la Nova, which used to have an independent aqueduct, which was selling water all around here in the neighborhood. And this is the building I was telling you who now with this spring. Yeah, this is the police station, and here behind the skyscraper of Naples, it's this spring. San Diego all'Ospedaletto is the name of this place. And just want to show you again on the map that this water, so the water which is coming from this springs here used to go directly in the harbor and fill the ships. And apparently the king of Spain, even Carl the First,
Is
king
that
of
your
Spain.
home? Is that your home?
Yes, this is my home. And so the king, the Spanish king, used to come here to fill his ship with that very good water, which was not corrupting in during the journey in America. No, it was very good water, because in fact all the area here, it's full of good water, of interesting springs. No, famous springs of Naples were all around here, where Neapolis and Parthenope grew. That's the best area of the springs. No, all the sparkling springs I was mentioning, and that you also have on the leaflets of the city center. Now we are talking about here the iron water.
Okay,
Of,
so you have taken a lot of more pictures of Pozzi. And
yeah.
is there more Pozzi that you wanted to show now?
Maybe you want to see a very beautiful one here in San Martino. There is there are a group of beautiful ones up on the hill, but those ones are not connected to the aqueduct, because they are right on the hill, on the top of the hill of of Vomero. This is a very beautiful one.
Yeah.
The tails. This is a small one. Oops. Just wanted to show you all, and for the small ones, another one.
Is this what's for? Is for horses?
No, those are. It's a face with hair.
No, I mean this is like a tub.
Yeah, it's a tub next to the the well. Sorry, the well. Yes, this is the well on the back. I'm not sure which one it is. This is another.
What did they use those tubs for?
Maybe to wash. That's inside a Benedictine monastery.
Mhm, mhm. Okay. You sent in the WeTransfer, you sent a couple of Pozzo, right?
Yes.
And
Show you just this other one, the last one,
mhm.
which is inside another building in city center. You see this one? It's that you can get the water also from the apartments above and from in the courtyard. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. You understand? So from the entire building, there is a void which goes down to the well, and you can get access to the water also from the courtyard. That's an interesting
So
design.
they lowered the bucket and got the water and pulled the bucket up to the void like an elevator.
Yeah.
Okay. So they didn't have to go all the way downstairs and
Yes.
carry up this. Okay, smart idea.
Yeah.
Was that a very common thing? Did you see
Many buildings in the city center have this
system?
this kind of wells. Yeah, but they are very difficult to take pictures, because for instance, even this one looks like a staircase with the well built in the city in the center, but I'm not sure. I couldn't get in to see.
You verify it.
But I imagine that this
So the
could even be a
staircase
well.
went around the staircase. Went
Yeah,
around it.
yeah.
Today there would be an elevator there. Right?
I was looking for other vertical connections. Okay, maybe we can go in the 3 sites. I have. Do you want to? Should we go with
Yes,
my?
yes.
Okay, so let me see where they are. I don't remember now. Okay. So I'm taking the pictures as you suggested. I'm not sure why it's happening like this. Sorry. We will better see them like this. No?
Okay.
So this is a centro direzionale.
Mhm.
And I'm taking pictures just of the surface. You know, this is a platform
Mhm.
which is holding on the on a lower level the garage,
Mhm.
and I'm taking pictures of 2 spots here, in particularly when they elevate a little bit. Actually, oops, sorry. I can go also here and show you on the map.
Where were you? Where? Show me where you were standing to take the picture.
Yeah. I was taking the pictures. I believe I was here.
Okay.
Sorry. I think I was here.
Mhm.
Let me see. Okay. So
No, it looks like
this
it's
is,
down the building. That
yeah,
next one. I think go back to the map.
I am in between these 2 buildings. I'm here.
Right. And underneath is a garage structure, parking structure, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how many floors?
I think, you know, I entered here. I think it's just 1 floor
Okay.
of garage. So of cars for sure, just 1 level of the garage. You know,
Is
there are.
how close is this to water? The water, the aqueduct.
It is, let's say that the water flows at the height of this lower level. So on the lower level, in the garages, you know, in these little canals that are taking the water when it rains, there is water flowing. Some days you can see the water flowing maybe 10, 15 centimeter lower than the street level. It is quite weird. When you enter the garages on the lower level and you park your car, then there are these metal grids that are in between, you know, the asphalt.
Mhm.
And in these grids, maybe 10 15 centimeter lower, you see the water flowing.
So there is an aqueduct underneath of that?
No, that's not the aqueduct. This is the groundwater, Kyong,
Okay,
which is
okay.
coming from east. This is the eastern aquifer of Naples, which is coming from the Vesuvius, from Nola. I'll show you again
Okay.
on the map.
Okay. Well, you send me some maps, you know.
Yes, yes,
Can we
there
look at that?
it's visible. It's quite visible there. But I just wanted to go back to that in a second. So from here, you will see my mouse. So this is the direction of the water, like this, goes to the sea like this, and it goes through the centro direzionale, through this industrial area, and up here, because you will have a slope here towards the volcano. So it's like this, which is coming the water, and back I can go further up, Pomigliano d'Arco, Acerra, and because the even from Airola, Baiano, you see here starts the Apennines. There is water coming from this area, which is coming Nola. It's coming like this, and it's going all around towards the city center, like this.
Okay.
The
Well,
eastern
the
aquifer.
issue about the cen- centrale,
Centro direzionale.
yeah, central, is that whether there is an aqueduct underneath and the site being really maybe perhaps too big for the students?
Although they can, from my point of view, find, take a vertical, make a section of this,
Mhm.
and maybe they can even find the project in the internet of Kensotanghe, no, to have an idea of how this structure works,
Mhm.
and understand that at the lower level today there is already water flowing, very easy accessible from my point of view.
Mhm.
And because of all this area, which is it faces important problems of to be used, because in fact today the movement of cars here either go like this on let's say zero level, on level zero, no?
Mhm.
They move, this street moves on the same highness of the railway,
Mhm.
or you go like this, and then you go deep here. You go deep, let's say 4-5 meters, and you drive your car like this. Either you can turn here and go back on this direction. You can see even on Google, you see the direction of the cars with
Mhm.
these arrows. So you can do like this and come back like this, and then from here go up to the tangenziale, the motorway.
Mhm.
It goes up to the motorway, this street. You see the motorway, tangenziale, you see? That's a highway, speedway, you see? Or you can move around like this. And here you are again very low. You see,
Right,
also
but
this
the
structure.
question is that what I would ask you is that what do you see the potential of? In fact, stop right there. Oh, sorry. There are two axes here, right?
Yeah.
Go out of the pictures. Get away from the. Okay, two axes. One is this narrow green one, and the other one is the big, a big one that goes across toward the train track, right?
Yeah.
And
let's
which
say
way, if the water is flowing, is it going
this
down
way. From here.
diagonally?
Okay, it's going this way.
Okay,
Now the sea is down here, but
okay.
here
So
is
you're
a
saying
sort
that
of
the water is just the groundwater, is not an aqueduct or river underneath. It's just groundwater with a lot of
moving
water.
moving on not deep, moving almost at the surface, moving at the deepness of a half a arm, you know, it's on 25 foot, half a meter below the street level.
Okay, so
Uh,
here in each site that, first of all, I'm wondering whether that we have too many sites. And each site, what do you see is the potential? The way I described it was that to the students yesterday was we have three sites. One is a pozzo.
okay,
I actually used pozzo where your lawn studio is because that's what you gave me. And then there, you would go dig down into the ground, pull the water up,
yeah,
and then use the courtyard to design the courtyard to turn it into public space, right? Right. And
yeah,
then in the centro nationale is that it would be maybe a place to kind of open up a linear opening like Cheonggyecheon in Seoul, right?
yeah,
And then at the Poggioreale, it would be more like reproducing ancient conditions where there were a series of fountains, right?
yeah, yeah,
And then, so one is a single hole in land, a single hole. In Poggioreale, it's more linear, several holes. And then
yeah.
in Centro
Centro
Nationale,
direzionale.
it would be more like opening a linear
Okay.
space, right? Right. And that was the way I described it. I want
Okay, I
to
understand.
know what you think is possible. There's other
Yeah,
possibility is that if the one concern is that Nationale is too big. Poggioreale is the space, the road looks pretty bad,
yes,
difficult to work because it's
yeah,
the railroad, the
yeah,
trolley line, and the traffic. So either that we have to go back to the original Poggioreale, which is not that road, but the old road, right? Right.
the ancient road.
Yeah, engine road. Or that we could, another thought I have is that, okay, maybe Poggioreale is maybe difficult. Maybe we give not one pozzi, but several pozzo. And then my feeling is that I'm giving students the choice to make decision about to pick the site. And I would think that they probably would go for pozzo. And Centro is maybe too scary for them because it's too big.
Il centro direzionale, yeah.
Unless if I gave that to several teams.
Mhm.
you know, to work on sections, you know. But also,
Mhm.
it's like more, I'm wondering whether that, uh, uh, what do you think from your point of view, right?
Yeah. First of all, I wanted to clarify the sites. Let's say if we have together decided to have these three areas: centro direzionale, lanificio, and via di Poggioreale. On the other side, inside the lanificio, for instance, there are these two interesting courtyards, which either one or the other one can be our focus. No, and one is the big one, no, the big courtyard. This one, which is no, this one, no, taking all the pictures like this, or not this one, this one, which is used by this Maiden Cloister Foundation, and uses the space for exhibitions, and you know. I'm not sure if we want to leave them, the student, to decide, or decide our among us, no, which one submit to the students, because they are you know, very
In this
close
case,
to each other.
in this case, we should decide,
Okay.
we should decide, yeah.
Okay. And then again, in on the other side, in centro direzionale,
Mhm.
centro direzionale, I'm taking the pictures of two or maybe even three different areas. Let me see. Poggioreale, uno, due. No, two areas. So in one area was, for instance, I think I've taken it from here and from here, but from this side here and from this side here,
Mhm.
the pictures, thinking that maybe because this is lower and wasn't a good a place to take pictures, but maybe this is the place in centro direzionale, the lower part here, and keeping here the side, talking about this side, I'll tell you, there are two levels. I could see it from here. You see two
Yeah.
levels underground, so it's 5-6 meters
Mhm.
to get here, but 6.5 meters, and we are in the water. So my idea here was to maybe use a way to pull the water up and let it flow in this horizontal way, and use
I
it
see, I see.
for irrigation, but also, you know, to have more natural areas. If
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
you
It's
know,
actually, this is maybe a place for, almost like Islamic style garden.
yeah, something like this,
Yeah.
geometric, no,
Linear, they use a lot of
yeah,
terraces, step down, you know, and,
yeah,
water flow. Remember,
yeah,
in my lectures, yeah.
yeah, as maybe, and it's maybe
Okay, I see.
approachable as
Right,
as
that's
a
why I wanted to know your
yeah,
thought, because
yeah,
that way we could also even give them a program, you know, say, we want, just like exactly what you said, right?
yeah,
Bring the water up from the lower level through the
yeah,
garages and
yeah.
then let it flow down, you know, right?
And maybe I'll tell you, I've seen a documentary, and I will check if I managed to rescue it. It was very interesting. It was in an island where they had water coming from the mountains, and this water was producing electricity flowing down from the mountains, and then they had they were using other energy recycled, I would say, renewable energy to push the water up on the mountain again and make it come down again for electricity, because they had, for instance, they were saying, we have electric panel, but we have electricity just in the daytime. But we then have this other energy coming down from the hills. I mean, they were using just renewable energy to move the water and to have just renewable energy for the island. And maybe, you know, looking at all this glass, I can imagine some, you know, self production of energy or stuff like this also here in this small spot. I'm not sure if it's useful for the student.
Okay,
But,
okay. I think now based on what you said, Centro Nazionale is could be a good site. Yeah.
and
Maybe that Poggirale is a little, maybe.
it is a very chaotic place, Poggioreale. Poggioreale, it's a very chaotic place, and it's so sad that such a beautiful area where the most beautiful building of Naples was built over here has become like this. And today there is lots of violence also because of the building site here, no, which I've taken pictures of and I've sent it to.
So I have a suspicion that Poggirale would be very difficult site to work on. So I think we should maybe not do that one.
Okay.
And use Centrale,
Centro direzionale. You can say directional.
I'm sorry,
center.
my brain is centro. I'm always thinking central, like
Centro direzionale.
yeah,
Centro direzionale. Your Spanish is better.
Yeah, centro. But I think Pozzi is very good site. We could give them several sites. You know, I think I can make 16. I have actually now 19 students.
Okay.
I 4 more students joined, and so now I have 19. I think I can make 16 out of it. So maybe I give 3 teams to Centro, and then 3 teams to Pozzi. And then we can maybe give them 3 Pozzi site.
Okay.
One is the Lands.
Yeah, or even 2.
Why 2?
Because in LAN we have I've taken pictures and I've sent you of 2 clusters. This small one, this one,
Yeah.
which is this one on plan.
Right, but the problem with Pozzi is this: is that in Lands, that one is very nicely already in good condition.
Yeah.
But
So
the
this one.
big one is really pretty bad condition.
Yeah.
And could use improvement.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I believe
mean,
so.
Yeah. So that's more interesting site.
Yes, for me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And so it brings to question that the other sites are also that some of them are very good condition. So maybe it may be better for us to pick the ones that are more difficult condition?
Yeah. Here
Not difficult,
I have
but
to
the one
mention something.
that needs improvement, you know?
Yes, I have to mention something, Kyong. Let's say that we know, I know that here there is let's say that we cannot see the Pozzi today in these cloisters, no, because they've been removed,
Mhm.
right? But there must have been severals, and here we are working on the idea of the well, which is not here anymore in place, and with the suggestion of rebuilding a well or something to access the water underneath, right?
There is, I'm sorry, interrupt. There is a well in the other courtyard.
Mm, not even here.
They removed that. There was.
You know, I don't know where, but for sure there was, because the uses of water was done for sure with wells
Mhm.
everywhere. The entire city used to have wells, even in the corner of the streets. I was telling you that Boccaccio, a famous writer of the 14th century, is described in the city of Naples in a couple of novels, and he mentions about wells which were set in the cross of streets in the city center. He was saying all the city center crossing streets have wells.
Every
And
cross section had,
yeah,
every intersection had well.
at the well. So this is the reason why I believe also here there were some, because all the cloister have wells everywhere, but because of this that was transformed into a factory, and then you know, was used in private ways, all the wells in private buildings have been removed in if they were in the center, and they were you know, how to say, bothering the cars to move. They've all have been removed in the 70s, when every Neapolitan bought a car. So the courtyards have been used as garage, and here also it was all a garage. Think that in this ancient cloister, which is of the end of 14th century here, even a column has been removed to let the cars move around. Can you imagine that? Yeah. Yeah.
So every cloister had well.
Yes. Yes.
Let
And the
me-
ones
can
which
I,
are still run by nuns and by priests are having beautiful wells in place. And or the ones where there is the police, or you know, they all have I can try to show you on plans, but we can go through, you know, cloisters which are, and this is not accessible, for instance, but we will find everywhere. You see, I'm going down here to this one.
Mhm,
This is for sure a well.
mhm.
See, and here there might be also others. You know, there might be hidden by the vegetation here, but all the cloister have a well. All the buildings had a well,
Mhm.
and for sure also the Lanificio had wells.
Okay. Let me go to a toilet for a second.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
uh,
Okay. So the question we were saying, what do we do should we look for other courtyards, cloisters? I don't think so, because other locations would have, particularly the one I have mapped in these days, will
Mhm.
have reasonable areas, no refurbished places, because I'm looking at the wells on the surface, so at the structure of the wells where you pull the basket down, and I have we are studying now with one of the stagiaires of ours is looking in these days at all the wells we have mapped on the surface, what is happening in the underground through reading the book of Clemente Esposito, which is often talking about wells, but seeing from the underground, seeing those these wells like as holes going towards the surface, while he was working in the canals, and that might be interesting to check to other courtyards which are let's say, no, as you were saying, for the courtyard of Lanificio, that need improvements. But I I don't know. My feeling is that maybe we can keep the yeah, I don't know the students, you know them better, but still there in Poggioreale, the situation could be even, you know, to spot and to focus on a narrow area, very because there in Poggioreale, Kyong, we have both the water flowing from let's say in the aquifer, but we have also the canal, this canal full of water. So we have let's say a concentration of water, and but maybe they cannot be stressed with because it is true, as you said, this is a very difficult area, and it's not the only opening I'm finishing, the only opening it's here by this in this area where you enter the cemetery from the bottom of the hill, but we have today a building site going on.
Right.
I will.
It is the photos that you took, right? Is the Poggioreale in the map on the left side or the right side?
You're saying which side?
Mhm.
Couldn't it be right there in front of this place here?
Mhm.
Couldn't be right this place by the metro station.
Mhm.
So on the other side of the metro station, I would say more towards here, more towards here, this spot here, which is outside the building site. The building site is here. And this is outside, because tomorrow the street will probably go again like this. Actually, we don't have pictures of the build of the metro station, how it will appear at the end.
Mhm.
Let me see if there is some stuff of this kind on the internet. Metro, stazione metro, stazione Metropolitana Poggio Reale. Linea 1, Mario Botta. Ah, so they will let the cars drive like they are doing today. Or? Yes. Progetto. Cosa serve? Oh, that's the third line. Yeah, maybe it is difficult. I understand there is also
There's not enough, there's not enough information, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's a picture of courtyard, yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's too difficult. It's just too complex, you know.
Yeah, it is complex.
Yeah. I think it's more simpler to go with Pozzo and Centro.
È in centro direzionale.
I mean, the old photograph was very compelling, but yeah. Okay, so in the going back, we have to. I have to probably stop in about 15 minutes because I have so many things to do today.
Okay.
But in Pozzo,
Yeah.
see,
You
maybe
see here, sorry, just finishing that side, Kyong, I'm sorry. Look at this picture, you will see the water filling the deeper part here, you see?
Mhm.
It's all water. It's just in front of the cemetery. Okay, I'm sorry.
So the yeah, it's too bad. The in Pozzi, is that okay, land site that the big courtyard would be the site.
Yeah,
And the other Pozzis that you have taken photograph becomes kind of like a reference model,
okay.
you know, and so that we can give them good examples for them to, influence them, right?
Okay.
Historical model, but there also could be maybe, I don't think I have time because I need to do this next week maybe, but I'm going to New York this weekend because I'm
Oh.
in a conference.
Okay.
And so I won't have time to do this because, but
What do you
maybe
need to do?
if you have some examples of references of what, let's say, both, actually more particularly to Pozzi, about how courtyard could be used, different interesting, let's say, public space designs, contemporary public space design that you like, right?
Yeah,
This is kind of important for them,
okay. I will check, Kyong. I can try to find something. Doesn't come anything in my mind
Yeah.
right now, because also, the size of the Neapolitan courtyards. I cannot.
I mean, just imagine what you would like to see happen in your courtyard.
Yeah, in the land.
Yeah, like imagine like your dream, right?
Yeah.
Right? That you would love to have in your space, and then find references that show. I mean, probably not every single reference would give all
Satisfy all my, but maybe a
dreams,
bit of
but like
these, bits of
little
there.
pieces here and there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I will look for that. And I will also send you the link to these 3D models of all these wells we have started to map of Naples.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you find any kind of drawings or of the Tange sections where you kind of imagine how the water could go, right?
Yeah, I'm checking for that as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Va bene.
Yeah. Then, yeah, because what I have to prepare this event, which I haven't done yet, which is kind of a big event.
Okay.
It'll be at Guggenheim Museum,
Wow.
and it's like speakers, like kind of like a TED talk, and meaning that I have to be on the stage in front of a lot of people, like TED talk, right? And so I have to leave like Friday night after my other class, take like 9:30 p.m. flight overnight to New York,
Ah,
get
sì.
6:30 in the morning, and then
Ah,
it's gonna be terrible. And then I come back Sunday after the event, right? The next day, right? So I have no time to prepare for
sure,
Monday.
sure.
It would be really great if you could
So
help out.
for Monday, for Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could meet Monday
Morning. No,
morning,
Monday
and then
I am in the university Monday morning. I cannot meet. I
oh,
can sorry, I'm Monday afternoon, my afternoon, your morning. I am still in the school. I'm coming back. I'm coming back always late, around 6:37. I'm taking the train, and I'm always back around
Monday
9.
you're completely full. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you just
Send you. I'll send you
send me.
stuff as soon as I find something,
Yeah.
because of maybe I'm finding little, and you can be worried about that. I will check anyway when I get time, even after our talk. And tomorrow no, but Friday I'm free, and the weekend. And
Okay,
as
then
soon as I
maybe we
find
can
stuff,
meet,
I'll send you.
not Monday, but maybe Tuesday or
Yeah,
Wednesday
Tuesday.
morning?
Yes.
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay. Same time, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right. That sounds,
Okay.
yeah,
Then
I forgot